Yo, what is going on, guys? Freaky Trades here, bringing you another new weekly stock watch list. Before we get started, though, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it. And let's go ahead and dive into the watch list. So, first things first, on the earnings list, there really isn't too much going on. We have stocks like Netflix reporting, and that is about it. Typically, Netflix reports the same week that Tesla does, but it doesn't seem like this week. So we got TSM and Netflix reporting this week. Netflix will probably be the biggest one that a lot of people will be keeping an eye out for. The other big ones, of course, are banks, and get an idea of where those are going to be headed for this quarter and what their outlook is. So, not too much going on besides Netflix and TSM on that one. Those are stocks I typically watch after they report, so nothing going too much there. Now the time that everyone is waiting on is the actual watch list. So if I go to ES and NQ here, we can see on the 4 hour or even on the 1 hour, honestly, ES and both NQ are stuck in a consolidation. And they have not been able to get, at least as far as this week goes, they struggled to actually make a new all-time high. Now, granted, on Thursday, we broke by a few dollars, but we broke by like, what, $2 or $3, which isn't really breaking an all-time high at that point. So we're really just stuck in this consolidation still on ES. It's a lot more clear on NQ. ES, we found the bottom of the range is 62.30, but besides that, the top of the range here will be 63.30, which is the area where ES will be able to need to hold to be able to see more all-time highs on this. So, but yeah, either 62.30 or 63.30 to the upside. Still stuck in that 100-point range that I had mentioned last week, so nothing has changed. NQ, the exact same story here. If I go to the 4 hour here, you guys can see what I'm talking about. So the base of the bottom of the big consolidation is 22,600. We created another mini consolidation here this previous week from 22,800 to the all-time high at around 23,100. You can see it's roughly a 300-point range, and this is the area we've been struggling in between for a bit now. So going into this week, looking for anything above 23,100 for an all-time high break, or anything below 22,800 for a continuation of this small consolidation break to the base break here at 22,600. Now, as far as the watch list goes, there really is not too much going on, guys. Unfortunately, this will be a shorter watch list because there is not much to cook with here. The only good setups that I could really find are Meta and AMD. Meta, the only issue that I have with Meta here is that we did break on Friday. We did break the 710 area. I was supposed to be in by 712, but it was a Friday. I didn't really trust the position anymore at 712. Ended up playing really well into the 710 break. 710 on its own was roughly like a 25-cent break, I believe. Yeah, literally like 26 cents, so if you want to be exact. But I would still like this for a continuation to the downside. Obviously, we did wake off of there, but we still did end up closing pretty close to it, around $6 to $7 away, which is pretty close for a stock like Meta. So my idea with Meta is looking for a continuation at 710, going into 709, and then 708 as my final target. Will I look to hold that long? Maybe, who knows, right? It really depends on how Meta's going to open up, if it's going to be really weak or if it's going to be really strong. But I am looking for a continuation to the downside on this, especially because we did hold below this trend that Meta has been holding for a bit now. So, and last but not least is AMD. Like I said, this is a short watch list. I have nothing on NVIDIA. I have nothing on Tesla. There really isn't too much to cook on this week. So, and as far as the side watch list stocks go, I have like maybe 2 or 3, but most of you guys know those are saved for the stock hours chat, where I specifically go over those setups and just go over them quickly, because they're not really A+ setups. They're not the greatest setups in the world, but they are setups that I'm keeping an eye out for the future. So on AMD here, if I go in the 1 hour or 4 hour, you guys will already see what I'm talking about, is the 148 level. Now, it's not exactly a flat top here, but we could see that it has created some sort of consolidation or resistance here at around 148 to around 147. My idea with this is we have breaking over or out of this trend line right here, and then with that, obviously, is some room up to 148. Now, the issue with that is that NVIDIA has been on a tear, which in turn causes AMD to go on a tear as well. Same thing with SMCI and all these other chip stocks that follow NVIDIA, because NVIDIA is typically the leading chip sector stock of its like market. So AMD here, like I said, I don't have anything on NVIDIA because it's just plain all-time highs. Not an issue, but there's really nothing clean there as compared to maybe AMD here, where we have created a resistance at around 148. So with 148, my target would be around 150 on this one. This one I would probably look to hold because AMD does have some room, and if it sets up correctly on the morning of it's ready to break, then this definitely has the momentum and potentially the buying pressure to get it all the way up to 150 to catch up to where NVIDIA is currently at with its all-time highs. Not exactly the number on the stock, but the way that the stock moves on its own. So, but yeah, that is about it for the watch list, though, guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. I know it's a really short one. There really isn't too much to cook with. So, with that being said, before you guys go, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your weekend and enjoyed the rest of the week. Peace out.